drinking session of the seminar. To be honest, it took me a long time to enjoy the strong flavors as of cognac, Scotch in particular. It took me at least 2.5 years just to enjoy Scotch. And what that brings me is, when I found out when you're not liking drinks, try to make them or to mix them in a drink in a way you do enjoy them. For example, Amaros. I was no fan of Amaros. Now, I mostly have a sip, just one small sip every day of an Amaro, just because I got to know the flavors, got to appreciate the flavors. So that is all very satisfactory for a bartender. For my drink, I chose a very classic drink out of the William Tarling book, Approved Drinks. He wrote that one just before Café Royale. Was a head bartender at the Café Royale in Piccadilly, London. Very good fond member of the UK Bartenders Guild. Now what he did, and when you read those books in that time, you mostly see drinks containing spirit, bitter, sugar, maybe just a small zest of lemon or lime, just to bring that citrus notes to the drink. That is very necessary, just to keep the balance in order. The drink I chose not to do a version of or a spin-off of a drink. I chose for the very drink in his book called The Approved, hence approved cocktail. What I'm doing is I'm going to use bourbon, but because we're at the final stage, which is supposed to be quite hard, let's not choose for a bourbon which is over 110 proof. We want to guide you, we don't want to scare you away, just like my fellow speaker Timo told me. Although I am a big fan of those high proof drinks, for the guest in your bar, it's just not the right choice. Because you want people to come back and let them come back often. It's good for money, it's good for your ego, it's good for everything, basically. So I'm now going to start up, just to cool the glass. Now the drink consists of bourbon, chose for a Maker's Mark, just because because of the percentages of winter wheat. It's just the right drink for people to enjoy. Now what we do, we take 2.5 shots. Which should be sufficient for any experienced drinker. Adjust a tiny bit of cane sugar, just a half a bar spoon. You don't want to make the drink too commercial. It needs to create a bit around the drink saying, hey, I really had that drink and I enjoyed it a lot. Now, how we're going to finish it is just a tiny bit of orange bitters. Just stir that for a good, you can't determine the time, you just have to taste it. Beautiful. Every non-drinker, or during this session, you will enjoy this. I will guarantee you that. You will find that the roughness of the bourbon, well, the sharp edges that bourbon has, are a little shaved off, brought to you beautiful balance in the drink. Just going to end it off with a tiny lemon zest, just to make the perfect citrus balance in it. As the journey told you, we went from citrusy drinks to non-citrusy drinks, just to make the process coming step by step. We went from a sweeter drink to a less sweeter drink, more essence of the spirit, as in the Scotch. Then we went to a bijou, which is a very complex drink. A lot of depthness into the drink. Of course, with the chartreuse. Chartreuse is one of my favorite brands just because of the intensity of all the herbs coming in it, the historical story about it, and then the vermouth. It just blends everything beautifully together. Finishing off with a very harsh drink for the non-drinker. But as we all can conclude by now, we took you in a ride, we took you in a journey, so you're not an inexperienced drinker, and I see some familiar faces who are totally experienced, not naming any names. And so you will see that you'll enjoy this drink, and hopefully we have taught you some lessons within our cocktail journey. And maybe you will ask for some of these drinks in the bar, or where you work, or where you're at, or where you're invited to.